Hey friends, Essence here, and today I wanted to just share a little bit of my morning practice with you. Well, one of my morning practices, kind of depending on the morning. Um, Depending on the morning and my goals is kind of what I do. But this morning I was journaling, reflecting on a conversation I had with one of my coaching buddies yesterday. We were talking about marketing and sharing ideas. And then so when I thought about marketing today, there was this feeling of confusion in my body. And so then I'm like, okay, what am I thinking that's causing me to feel confused? And the thought was, I don't know how to show up in my marketing, which I show up in my marketing, often. So this thought, I don't know how to show up in my marketing is an old thought. It's a pattern that just presents itself over and over again for me. And then I work through it and then I show up in my marketing. And I thought it was important to really share this process because from January through just this past week, I've done maybe 10 sacred money archetype readings. And one of the things that came up the most is like this fear around marketing and people not following through on their ideas, having these ideas and things they want to share, but not following through on it. And so I have that as well, like, fear and thoughts of confusion come up, but then I work through it and then do my best to show up and share what it is that I have to offer. And so this is one of the things that I do. But today, since this thought came up, I'm like, it just comes up so frequently. Like, really, what is underneath? I don't know how to show up in my marketing. Like, what is underneath that? Because it's just not even true because I do show up in my marketing. I am visible. And then so when I asked that question, like what's really underneath this, then there was this thought, I can't do anything right. And I'm like, oh, so this is a thought and a belief that goes back to my childhood of just like this pouty kid that's like, I just can't do anything right. I just can't win no matter what I do. It's just not right. And when I think about what caused me to think that way or believe that way, it's like I have this image of like cleaning my room and then it's still not being good enough for my mom, or like taking a test or something at school and I thought like I did a really good job and then it still was I didn't, like I got some things wrong. And just this pattern over the years of thinking like I did something right and then it turns out there's something kind of wrong with it. And so that's really what's underneath. I don't know how to show up in my marketing is this fear of like, because I can't do anything right, like I'm not going to be able to do my marketing right. It's not going to be perfect. So it drives me to try to reach perfection. And so I'm just like trying to figure out the ways to do perfect marketing. And where we know there's really no such thing as perfection, right? And so because my mind doesn't know how to do it in a way that yields perfection, it comes up with this thought of, I don't know how to show up in my marketing over and over. And I keep having to work on it throughout the month or, definitely throughout the year at different times, this thought is going to be holding me back. So one of the things that I like to do with thoughts like these is to do EFT, that's emotional freedom technique, or other people, we call it tapping, emotional freedom tapping, or really just tapping. And we are tapping on meridian points, acupressure points. So we know about acupuncture, where they are putting the needles in the meridians to release blockages. But in EFT, we are tapping on, excuse me, one sec. Sorry, my cats were fighting and screaming, and I always have to check because one left with a limp last year and had a fracture. So I always got to check when I hear them. Okay. But I lost my train of thought. Oh, okay. So the tapping is, we are tapping on the points that are closest to the skin instead of sticking needles in them to release the blockages, right? Because these thoughts, these beliefs, these limiting beliefs, they create blockages. The feelings that we have create blockages. So when I think the thought, I don't know how to show up in my marketing, I feel confused, but somebody else may feel fear, or it may make them feel anxious, right? And so we want to clear these blockages so then we can think new thoughts. It's really hard to think a new thought when you are feeling confused, when you are feeling anxious or overwhelmed. So we want to calm the nervous system down so that we can choose new thoughts. And then from this place, this new perspective, this new feeling in the body, we can then take action. Okay, so just tap after me. We're going to start here at the karate chop points. I'll show you them really quick. This is the karate chop. And then we have eyebrow, side of the eye, under the eye, under the nose, chin. And then we have the chest, like right around the collarbone, under the arm at the bra strap, and then the top of the head. Okay, so just follow along with me. If you get lost, it's okay. Just be tapping. If something I say doesn't quite resonate with you, then you change it to match. You insert your own language that matches how you're thinking and feeling right now in this moment. All right. So just making this up for me and what I'm going through. So this is what I would do, and I would be sitting in front of a mirror. That's how I like to do my EFT. Even though I have this part of me that thinks she can't do anything right, I still love and accept myself. Even though I feel like I just can't get it right, I just can't win, and it affects my marketing, I still value and appreciate myself. Even though I'm feeling confused and even a little bit frustrated because this thought is still showing up in my life and in my mind, I'm willing to be here for myself, and I'm willing to give myself the time and space to work through this. I'm here for myself as long as it takes and as many times as I have to do this. I just can't do anything right. I just can't do anything right. No matter how hard I try, I just can't do anything right. I just can't win. I just can't win. I feel like I need to do everything perfect. and it's holding me back. It's stopping me from showing up in my marketing. It's making me feel confused. And when I feel confused, I don't really take action. I just overthink. And it doesn't help. It's not even helpful thinking. And I just stay confused for a while. And it's frustrating. It's frustrating to feel like I just can't do anything right. It's frustrating to think I just can't win. And this has been with me for so long. I've been thinking this since I was a little girl. And it's so frustrating. So frustrating that this thought is still here. So frustrating that this part of me still feels like she just can't do anything right. It almost makes me a little angry thinking about it. Just thinking about this part of me is just stuck in this story. Just stuck thinking, I just can't do anything right. Just stuck feeling confused and defeated. It makes me a little angry. Because I don't want to be in this story anymore. Because it's not even true for me anymore. I do things right. But this part of me just thinks that I can't do anything right. And it holds me back. And sometimes it keeps me stuck, keeps me paralyzed, keeps me having to spend time doing this tapping work. I just can't do anything right. This is my story today. This is my story where I am. And I honor and accept where I am in this moment. Rest your hand, take a deep breath in, and exhale. Another breath in, and exhale. And just feel into your body. Notice what feelings or sensations may be coursing through you right now. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. And what is going through me right now is just an appreciation for being able to see that this is a story that a part of me is telling, that a part of me is stuck in. But like, I don't feel like it's my truth anymore. So for someone else, they may still feel like it's true that I can't do anything right, I can't win, and that's just like their identity. And that was my identity for a long time. But I'm like beginning to like, there's a disassociation from that, but it's still something that is inside of me that I'm still working to free myself from. And so sometimes we can 100% free ourselves from things, and then at other times there are things that just live inside of us, but they don't impact or affect us as much. And so the more that I work on this, which this isn't something that I've worked on in a while because I hadn't really saw it bubble up. I've just been focused on the marketing piece and not really realizing that underneath it is still the story of I just can't do anything right. So the more that I'm aware that there's this little girl in me still feeling that way, and I love her and I give attention to her feeling this way, even if I'm like a little negative with it, like that first round is generally a negative round, and like that's okay. Because it's like we want it, it's better out than in, right? So we want it out. So it's okay to say the negative things and be frustrated. And then at some point, then we move to maybe like we'll move to a positive round, but we may need to move to more of a neutral round before we can even go to positive. This is just something that I kind of feel into with my clients. But that's the goal, is to go to like let the negative stuff come out, and then we shift into a positive round. So let's just go into this next round. We'll see what it ends up being. I'm really trying not to analyze too much, being the student and the teacher. And this is why I think it's so important to get help. And like, this is something that I like will work on with myself, but also when I really get stuck, like I need to like work with my coach on these things, because it's like wearing too many hats. I'm trying to be the person that's in the midst of this, as well as the healer and the teacher of it all. And sometimes it's just overwhelming. So it is really good to do this work and allow yourself to just be guided. Okay, so let's just go again. Even though I have this thought that I can't do anything right, I know it's not my truth. There's this little girl inside of me, and she believes it's her truth. But it's not my truth, because I do many things right. And even though there's this part of me that still believes that, I love and accept that little girl. And I'm willing to listen and hold space for that little girl. And I just want to tell her that I love you. Even though you think I can't do anything right, and that thought affects me in my adult life, I still love you and I still accept you. And I will be here and hold space for you. I'm not mad at you. I have lots of love and compassion for you. I understand why you feel like you just can't do anything right, but it's just not true. You do so many things right. You may clean your room in your own way, and it may not be the way someone else thinks you're supposed to do it, but you tried. And to me, I think that's right. You try at school. Sometimes you get A's, sometimes you don't, and that's okay. That doesn't mean that you can't do things right. You may not be good at math, but that doesn't mean that you can't do things right. You do plenty of things right. You're a good kid. You're a good friend. You're a good daughter. You're a good niece. You're a good cousin. You do plenty of things right. And I love you. And I'm not mad at you. And I'm here to listen to you whenever you need. Rest your hand, take a deep breath in, and exhale. One more breath in and exhale. All right. So that to me, it felt natural to me to talk to my inner child. That's not always the case. This work of EFT, like I am a level 3 trained EFT practitioner, and level 3 is all about intuition, trusting your intuition as you're guiding yourself and guiding your clients. And this work with working with our emotions and working with our nervous system and the inner child is very intuitive, and being able to tap into, your own energy, and me being able to tap into my client's energy on how to guide the session. So I want you, if you're doing this, to trust yourself on what you need next. All right. So I actually feel very complete right now with doing that round. And like, if it was just me, I would just get up, and now I'm about to go get on downstairs and get on the treadmill. But I just want to do one last final round just to make sure anybody else is feeling emotionally like solid and not wobbly as they leave this recording. Okay, so let's go one last round. Even though this thought is showing up, stopping me from marketing, I'm willing to do the work, sit with my thoughts, sit with my feelings, and I'm willing to change them so that I can take the action and do the things that I want to do that will move me forward in life and business. And even though I'd been feeling confused, I'm willing to release that. I'm willing to step into my power. And I'm willing to step into my knowingness, because I know what to do. When I'm clear, I know exactly what to do. There's a part of me that knows exactly what to do. Yes, there may be this little girl that thinks she can't do anything right. But then there's this higher part of me that knows exactly what to do. She knows exactly what actions to take. She knows that the actions are given to her. They are shown to her when she's thinking and feeling in an empowered way. And I can tap into this part of me anytime. She's there. She's always available to me. And there's so many things that I can do that will help me to feel better. And when I feel better, I think better. So I can go get on that treadmill. And I know it's going to help me change my mind. It's going to help me to feel empowered. Or I can dance and that'll help me feel better. Or I can go for a walk. I can watch something funny. Or I can just think about beautiful things and begin to feel better. And once I'm feeling better, I know that I'm guided on what to do. And then I just have to trust myself to do it. And that may be a whole other thing. Right now, I'm just focusing on the truth. And the truth is, I know what to do. I know how to show up. The truth is, I know that I do things right. There's so many things that I do right. That's the truth. My power is in focusing on the truth, not the past, not the old stories. My power lies in the now. And now I'm telling the truth. And the truth is, I know exactly what to do because I'm guided. And I am willing to trust my inner guidance. And if I can't hear my inner guidance, I'm willing to surrender. I'm willing to be calm. And I'm willing to be open to listen. I'm willing to do what it takes to feel better. Because when I feel better, the answers come. Rest your hand, take a deep breath in, and exhale. One more time, deep breath in, and exhale. All right. So it has been a pleasure sharing this with you. I would love to hear your thoughts and your feelings. You can just take a moment to see what's going on in your body. Think about where you were when you started and where you are right now. Maybe you can do some journaling. And yeah, I would love to hear how this process was for you. And so this is just one of the tools that I use in my work with myself and with my clients. This is what we do to work through money blocks, work through trauma, in my Soulful Sacred Abundance program. You can also purchase a single healing session where we'll do this tapping and breathing, just really connecting to your body and releasing emotions and thoughts that don't serve you. So if you're interested in either of those, you can check out my website or feel free to reach out to me. All right, I will talk to you later.